Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer. Let's say that you have errors on your credit reports and you dispute those with the credit bureau. So that's a very good idea. Now what happens next? Well, what happens next is you'll get back results of investigation. And this will be from Equifax, from TransUnion, from Experian, Innovis, whoever you've disputed with. They will either write you or put in the online portal if you have an online portal account with them. And they'll tell you, hey, we received your dispute and we've investigated it and we're done with the investigation. Here are the results. Basically, they will say we've deleted the item, or we've made no changes, or the more common one is they say we have verified that this account is accurate, but we've updated some things. Even if you didn't dispute on these, we've updated some parts of the account. And then they'll show it to you. Now, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you get sort of a before and after picture, but other times they just say, here's what it is now. And you've really got to study that. And here's what I'd suggest to you is study it in a couple different ways. Number one, study it compared to the previous credit report. Okay, so you got a credit report that prompted you to issue the dispute, whether that's online, whether that's by certified mail, however you got the dispute to the credit bureau. So there's something that you saw on the previous report. Now just compare the previous report with this report, with the results of investigation, because it'll have the account there. And just look at them and see, are they the same? Are they different? How are they different? And then the other way to compare is to say, well, let me look at my dispute letter or your online dispute. And remember, if you do things online, do a screen record. And I've talked about this, Loom or Snagit, some kind of video recording software, screen recording software, and look and see what exactly did you say in your dispute. Now, if you did it by certified mail, it's really easy. You pull up the PDF of the certified letter and you just look, what were the exact things that I told the credit bureau, hey, this is wrong about my Capital One, my Synchrony Bank, Midland Funding, whoever it is. And so you've got your letter, and then you've got the results of investigation. Did they address everything that you mentioned? Because sometimes what will happen is we may dispute 4 items on our credit report, and we get back the results of investigation, and it says, congratulations, we finished your one dispute on Capital One. You're like, yeah, but I did Synchrony Bank, I did Citibank, I did Midland, and Capital One. And they just ignored 3 of them. Well, guess what? That's a lousy investigation. And if you can show that the information they reported is inaccurate or is misleading, then the fact that they did a lousy investigation by doing no investigation, you should be in good shape on that. But let's say they do kind of at least attempt to investigate, even if it's done negligently. Well, you compare. What did you say versus what did they do? Did they fix it? And then you have a decision to make. Now, one decision is say, hey, I'm fine with how it is. Maybe they deleted it. Maybe they corrected it. Or maybe you're like, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's fine. That's your choice. Or you may say, you know what? I'm going to dispute again. And I'll point out, this is what I said the first time. This is what you guys did. You didn't address some of my other issues. I'm giving you another chance. Or maybe you realize now they've made more errors. And so these are new things to dispute. Okay? And so that's an option. Another option is to say, I'm going to sue under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, my suggestion to you is if you really believe there are errors on your credit report and you've disputed those errors, and you're not satisfied with the results, well, then get with a lawyer, preferably in your state. Get with a lawyer who does this type of work, somebody who he or she is experienced at suing the credit bureaus, and lay this out to them. Say, hey, look, and I did another video on this recently, I think 3 days ago or so. Like, how do you find a lawyer? How do you communicate with the lawyer that you want to file suit under the Fair Credit Reporting Act? You say, here's my situation. Here's what I did. Here are the results. Here's what I think is wrong. Can you help me? And sometimes people say, well, I don't want to get a lawyer. I want to do it myself. I'll just tell you, there are times when it makes sense sometimes to not get a lawyer. This is not one of those times, okay? I mean, I'm sure in the entire history of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, there's been like one time where you would have come out better not having a lawyer. But that's like saying, I'm never going to wear my seatbelt because I could be in a certain type of crash where it launches me through the windshield. I break through the windshield. I'm hurtled 100 feet through the air and I land on the ground and I'm in better shape than if I had my seatbelt because I would have burned to death. Okay, I guess that's happened. That's not a very smart reason not wear your seatbelt, okay? The exception to the rule is still the exception. The rule is still the rule. You're always going to be better off, in my opinion, if you have a good lawyer representing you. Because remember, under Fair Credit Reporting Act, the bad guys that we sue can be forced to pay our fees, okay? So you're not paying for the lawyer. The bad guys that you sue are paying for your lawyer. So I would get with a lawyer, even if you don't hire the lawyer, like sit down with the lawyer. Hey, what can I do? Do you think I should dispute this again? Or maybe they say, hey, I don't think you have a case at all. Here's why. And you might go, oh, okay, that makes sense. But if they say, no, this is wrong, should I dispute again? And that lawyer may help you write your letter. I know that's what we do for people. And there are other lawyers that would do the same. Like, hey, let me help you write your dispute letter. And at least for us, we don't charge for that. Maybe some lawyers do, not any that I'm aware of that actually know what they're doing with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Or they might say, you know what, you can dispute again, but boom, we can file suit on this. And that is a great thing to hear when you have a lawyer that he or she knows what they're doing, suing under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they say, you've done great disputes, and these are clear errors, and these companies have just completely botched their investigation. Let's sue them. Hey, that's great. So I just wanted to give you kind of an overview of you make your dispute, you get those results back. It's either deleted, we're not changing it, or we're keeping it, but maybe making a few changes. Now, what you've got to do at that point, either on your own or with a lawyer, is to compare the previous report with the results of investigation, your dispute letter with the results of investigation, and then decide, do I just leave it alone? Maybe I'm satisfied with it. Do I dispute again, or do I file suit? So thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helpful to you. And if you're dealing with credit report errors, let me tell you, I know how frustrating it is. I feel for you. I wish you all the success and luck with that, getting things fixed. And if the bad guys won't fix it and you have a legitimate claim, then fire down on them. Okay? Get a good lawyer, file a lawsuit, recover money damages. That's the only thing that'll get these guys' attention. They don't care that you think that they're crooked. They don't care that you think, well, they're not very careful with my data that I have no choice on, okay? But what they do care about is getting hammered in lawsuits. And your lawsuit will certainly cost them money, but will that open up sort of the floodgates to other law? That's what they're worried about. So when they get sued, when they know they've been caught, not always, but sometimes when they know that they've been caught, they're like, okay, let's make this right, because they don't want you going out there talking about it, telling your friends, hey, you need to do this. And that's what they're afraid of. They know there's so many errors. They don't want to be sued for every time that they make errors and refuse to fix credit report. They would just be totally swamped with lawsuits. That would be a good thing, because you know what? It would change their mindset. Money will change the way that they think. And then they'll say, you know what? It's actually cheaper to spend money to do real investigations, to actually have real procedures in place to assure, as the law says, maximum possible accuracy. It would be cheaper to do that than to sort of skimp on that and then pay out settlements. So if you can sue them, I encourage you to sue them, file legitimate, good lawsuits, and hammer these guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.